with everybody.
Yeah, just go on. We'll talk as we go as I'm getting the list ready. So
Yep. Are we? Oh, we are on.
yeah,
I forgot I did press. Come on, mouse, work with me. So what's going on, guys? We got Yeslu already. I'll show you up there. What's going on? We got someone. It must be from on your side, but Berto. Sorry. If I pronounce your name wrong, there's nothing against it. I am a horrible pronunciator, guys. Man, see, I'm already screwing up. I'm letting it go. My early items here.
Hey, what's going on, guys? So I'm trying to get my list put together to text it to Chris so that he can have the pictures to pull up for y'all. So y'all have to bear with me just a second. Chris, what's going on, bud?
Oh man, I'm wonderful. Just busy as usual. Doing a lot of filming. I know my videos were a little bit off this week. I usually post videos on Tuesdays and Thursdays, but because this week we had the collectible swap number 1, I dropped on Wednesday instead of Thursday. It was a ton of fun, man. I know you didn't do this one. Maybe get on the next round. I think they're doing another one in August. But man, it was a ton of fun. I got to meet some new people that I'd never met before. It was actually also kind of nerve-wracking, I'll say at the same time, because the premise of the collectible swap was that it had to be $50 to $75 worth of product, but you couldn't buy anything. It had to come from your own collection that you were willing to send to somebody.
Well, I mean that's why when you invited me to the group and I didn't get on it was because when you start putting dates on stuff, it feels a lot like work to me.
Yeah. No,
I know that might sound wrong, but it feels a lot like work. And like you said, it was kind of stressful. I don't do well with stress. That's why I try and stay positive. I mean, I think I told you earlier today I was all flustered. I mean, it basically because I got stressed and I don't like being stressed. So I got all flustered and all spaced. And I think I've gotten back since then, but that's why I didn't. I mean, maybe next time I'll get in on something like that, but I don't know.
Well, it's definitely cool because I got to watch the video of the guy that I sent one to, and what's funny was the guy that I got, which is Drake Artist Comics. He's just a straight comic dude. Like, I didn't want to send him. I was going to send comics, but I didn't want to send him because it's like, what do you send a guy that's got 1 million comics? So it doesn't really work. You don't. You just and I didn't. So I had to watch a bunch of his videos to try to figure out what he liked and stuff like that. So luckily he liked everything that I put in there. I had to get creative with some of the stuff, and then of course I got a box from the Pop and Duo, which, man, I was blown away by this box. Man, he figured me out as a Marvel fan, and he ran with it. So I was extremely happy with it.
Well, that is, I think that was the point of that one, was to make you go to their channels and learn who they were. I mean, once again, I just couldn't see myself doing it, so I didn't do it. Not this time. Maybe next time. Maybe next time. I mean, I seriously thought about doing it with a couple of y'all, just like as a group between all of us. I mean, because then I wouldn't be super stressed about it. I mean, if I was a day late, it's not like you would chop my head off.
Well, what's funny is they are. He is good. We did. It was 42 or 40. I think it was 42 channels this time. And they're actually already talking that the next one's going to have up to 60 channels.
Right. I mean,
so this thing is growing beyond a point that is just ridiculous. But like I said, I think it's good for the community to be able to tie everybody together.
I mean, can you believe there's that many like Funko channels out there?
I didn't realize it until I really started doing this. And the thing is, there's the people that are in it. There's a chat room. On Instagram, we're all in, and man, I get so busy sometimes, and I don't have a lot of time to always be on Instagram, man. But these guys go crazy on these chats, and it's just cool to meet a lot of different people and stuff like that. So I never knew there was this many people within the comic community and within the pop community. It's crazy. But let's go ahead and give some more shout outs here. We got Brandon Hernandez in the house. Right. We got BMX Gamer. Who else we got? We got Popped Heat. Popped Heat is here. BMX Gamer said, "Did you see my Bruce Lee Funko Pops?" I did not, but I will go find those.
I did not see them either. I like
hit us
all
up
of
with a link. Let us know.
I like all of the Bruce Lee Pops. Just a heads up. I think every one of the Bruce Lee Pops, and I think there's 2 or 3 of them. BMX is there 2 or 3 of them? There's 2 or 3 of the Bruce Lee Pops. And every one of them are hot. Every one.
I know that Pop and Duo did they actually just unboxed a couple boxes, and he actually scored a Bruce Lee Pop, which is awesome.
That is pretty awesome.
Who, what, when, and I think we're just going to call him Dave. Dave is here.
Dave is here. What's up, Dave?
Dave is here. Bearded Barbarian, what's going on, bud? Glad for coming in. I think we hit him up. Yeslu Comics, yes, those videos were amazing. We got Andre. I'm not even going to pronounce that last name because I am just going to massacre that.
Go for it.
I wouldn't do it. I don't know. I'm sorry if I mispronounced that badly.
Hey,
who else we got?
Guys, make sure you're telling us hey over here, because this is just about this is about us engaging with y'all and talking about what new Funkos and news and what we know and what we have coming up. So make sure y'all are commenting over here, hey, or what's up, or make sure you're telling the group that you're here. I mean, maybe somebody in the group will want to go check your channel out, or you just might want to check theirs out.
Exactly. So we got also we got JKL is in the house. JKL, he's been doing some great videos. Talked with him on a live chat the other day. I want to make sure I'm not missing anybody. We also got Mike. Mike, what up? What I missed? You didn't miss much. We just kind of got started. We got Hydra Comics. Hail Hydra, buddy. All right, we got him in here. Oh, there we go. Yeah, Hail Hydra. And I think that's where we at. We're caught up with everybody comment. Oh, we got one more. We got Dread Phoenix. And we'll go and do some more shout outs a little bit later as the video goes. Now, I do want to, before we get started too much, and I want to go back to one comment that somebody else did say, according to what our topic is for today. I do want to remind you guys that I don't know if any of you guys saw on Instagram, and I know I posted it very, very late. I posted it up yesterday, but I am doing a giveaway today, and that is for one of my Mr. Techbot t-shirts. All right. So I'm going to ship you out one of my Mr. Techbot t-shirts.
Hey, am I entered to win?
You are. No, but your wife can enter.
He said no. I had to try. I mean, you can't blame me for trying.
So all you have to do to get entered into this, so again, you've got probably about an hour. We're going to do the giveaway towards the end of the video. So if you want to get if you want to get this Mr. Techbot t-shirt, all you have to go to my most recent video that I just put out on Wednesday, which is my collectible swap #1 video. Post a comment, and within that comment, just put hashtag unleash your inner nerd. That's it. Unleash your inner nerd, or hashtag unleash your inner nerd. Put that in the comments. That gets you entered into this giveaway, which we'll be doing at the end of the night.
I don't think I could spell unleash your inner nerd. That's why I'm not entered.
I don't know. It's something I've been saying since the beginning, and it's just something that I keep going with.
Hey, wifey. Andre over here says surname Germany. I was guessing Russian, to be totally honest, and that's why I wasn't trying to say it, because Russians get angry. I mean,
I was thinking German. I was thinking German.
Well, you were closer than I was. I mean, I was thinking Russian. I really was.
Perry Comics, what is going on, man? I believe you got something going on later tonight, which I do plan on checking out. Or I could be getting you mixed up with somebody else. So it's very possible. let me know down below.
I agree 100% with Zach. It seems like in the last 6 months, the Funko community, and I don't know if it has something to do with like stay-at-home orders or the fact that our jobs slowed down, but it does seem like the Funko community has really like reached out to each other in the past 6 months for sure.
Yeah, everyone's out there. I mean, I've had nothing but good experience reaching out with everybody in the Funko community. It's been a blast. Just to let you know, we've got. Sorry, I'll go back to that. We got Wayne's wife in the house.
Wayne's wife, yeah, that's all the pre-orders I got out there. we can't talk about those today.
We got Zach Bonifer is in here, and I think we're good. So I did want to go back to a comic. Now, this goes back into what we were talking about today. Now, what we were talking about today, Wayne and I started getting a conversation the other day about, you know, some stuff we're pre-ordering and just some pops that maybe, you know, that are out there that not are necessarily part of that really high number, you know, pop, but just pops that we really just want. Our top 10 pops that, you know, we really enjoy. And I know Andre had posted up one for his. He says, my most wanted Funko Pop is the Hunter from Resident Evil. That is a good pop, by the way. I didn't even think about that one. That's a great one.
That's a really good pop. I didn't pick that one. Yeah, you know, if you look at my collection, I guess I'm going to you could kind of predict what I was going to pick anyways. But before we get into that, did you see the new child that they're dropping in Walmart? It's going to be Walmart, Target, and Amazon. It is the Chrome. So they're coming back out with another.
Oh, yeah.
That makes you excited, right? That they're coming out with another Chrome line.
You know me and Marvel,
right?
And these were Marvel Chromes.
Oh, I think they've come out with everything Chrome.
No, what's this Chrome line that you're talking about?
This is the child. So this is
okay. So I've seen some. Of course, we've seen Chromes in Marvel. We've seen Chromes in Star Wars. We've seen. To be honest with you, I've grown to really like the Venomized line as much as I know you're back and forth on it. I am really going to enjoy the zombie line that they got coming out. The Chrome stuff, I'm sorry, I just cannot get into it because to me, the problem with the Chrome Pops is it takes away all the detail, the great detail they put into these Pops, to be honest with you. That's my problem.
Okay, so I like some of them. But they tend to run them into the ground. Instead of like saying enough is enough, they do the same thing that they did with the Venom line, and you see every Hulk and every Chrome and every invariance that you could possibly think of. I don't know how I feel about that Chrome line. I'll have to wait and see what they look like. I mean, there's only going to be 3 different colors, so you're going to have a Target exclusive, a Walmart exclusive, and an Amazon exclusive. And I can't for 100% remember what the colors are, but I thought I would like make that poke before we got too far into the video. And then I had another one. What was it? It was the Marvel box, the Marvel mystery box that sold out. Did you ever check with your comic book store? See
no, I did not check my comic book store. Where did I see that? I just saw. I did find somebody that is going to be selling them. I was going to message you, but I completely forgot. Just got busy. And I can't remember the name right now. I just opened up a box that I filmed the other day. That video won't come out for probably a week or two. It'll come to me. It'll come. Yeah, I can't remember at the moment. I'm drawing a complete blank. There are some sites out there that are selling this Marvel box. They said that you could only get these at comic book stores and stuff like that. It's got Loki in it, which the Loki looks really, really awesome. But I can't remember where I saw this at the moment, and it's eluding me.
All right, well, it wasn't that important, but I thought I'd ask. I thought I'd ask and see if you had found it out. It's one of them that it aggravates me. It's called a Free Comic Book Day, right? Free Comic Book Day, Free Comic Book, something like that.
You can't buy it on the website.
Well, you never can buy it on the website. Once we heard about it, it was already sold out. I mean, they wait. They announce it after they sell out for pre-order. They wait a minute. I'm starting to see a trend there.
Exactly. But so I know people have been posting. I really want to get to some of these ones that people are posting on. We have Bearded Barbarian did say his most wanted is Alan with Baby Carlos from The Hangover. Good pop. In fact, I actually saw that one time. I did an old job. This is before I really got into pops and stuff like that. Actually, just kind of at the beginning I got into pops. I went and had lunch with an old friend of mine that I used to work with, and I told him I was getting into this pop mystery box thing. He's like, "Oh, I got a pop." I was like, "Oh yeah, which one you got?" He's like, "Oh, I've got the Alan with the Baby Carlos. It's out of box." I'm like, "Dude, do you realize what you got?" I was like, "That is a sought after pop, man." He goes, "Oh, I just found it. I just found it in the yard sale." I was like, "I thought it was cool." I was like, "Good Lord, you suck."
I didn't even know that was a pop, to be totally honest with you.
Yep, he's got Carlos sitting right on the front. It's actually pretty awesome.
I've got to go look it up now.
We got Mike saying he really wants a Misfit Fiend pop currently trending at $200. Still on the hunt for a deal. You're going to be still hunting. I hope you find one.
I do too. I wish you the best.
We got Popped Heat. It says that pop I really want is Hero Killer Stain from My Hero Academia.
So I have that one, and that is a really awesome pop. I mean,
you have that one?
I have that one. That's a really awesome pop. Look, when they did that pop, they did a good job with that one.
Did it? See, I don't know. I'm still, like I said, I got into, someone finally showed me where to find My Hero Academia. I've only gotten about maybe 3 episodes. I really haven't gotten into it that much.
You have to get past like the 3rd or 4th episode. So it moves really slow all the way up to like the 3rd or 4th episode. After that, it takes off and you're glued to it. So, I mean, or at least that's what happened to me. And that's what somebody else told me, was to get past the first, 2nd or third one. Once you got there, though, it's okay. And that's a really good looking pop. I mean, that's a really good looking pop.
Hey, JKL just brought up a good thing, which is funny because actually I'm going to comment about this. It says, I was at the Funko shop today trying to get the new Dwight that dropped today. I was in the checkout for 30 minutes, got kicked, and when I went back, it was sold out. And is that the new Office line that came out where they changed the title, the top of the box? Because they've already had Office lines out before, but now I noticed the top. They had every single one at Walmart on Thursday when I was there.
Yeah, no,
every single line.
I didn't even get on there and try and buy it because I knew they were going to have bots that were going to like scoop it up, and I'm really not that into Office Space to begin with. So me going on there and scooping it up would have been unappreciative toward the pop. So
I'm that same way. I mean, I know there's a lot of people that are big on Office, so I didn't want to grab. I mean, I'm not that revolved around it, so I didn't grab any. But I picked it up because like, wait, that Office title is different from what I'm used to. So, but yeah, they had every single one there, which I mean, looked pretty cool. They look nice.
Well, I mean, look, I like Office Space, but I'm just not that big of a fan. So I didn't go in there and like fight through the bots to get it because I knew that it was going to be one of them. And the reason I knew this is actually because something you said to me not too long ago with your Dwights always sell really well. I said, the Dwight's going to sell out in a matter of minutes. I mean, it was gonna blow through fast.
Whenever I do get Office Pops, and every now and then I'll buy them, maybe just to put on the store. But a lot of times I think I didn't buy any this time. And the only reason I didn't buy any this time, even though I probably could have bought the Dwights because they had like 10 of them, I probably could have bought at least one, and put it on with the store. But you know what? The way I felt is it seemed like this was something brand new, and I guarantee you there's going to be people looking for them. So I myself said, you know what? No, I'm not going to grab them. I'm going to let some other people get them that are going to be looking for them. I usually like to grab stuff when, if they're still there next week, okay, maybe I'll grab one.
Right. Yeah, no, I understand that. Thanos with the princess unicorn looked very good. Yeah, I agree. I agree. So what is your first one on your list?
JB's in the house. Just wanted to. I'm still trying to grab who's new. JB from Discovery Bay Comics. He is in here. And which one were you talking about?
What is your first one on your list? What's your first one? I think I kind of seen a little sneak of your list earlier.
Yeah, I think I showed you one.
Yeah, well, that tells me what the theme's going to be, though.
Well, no. Actually, my list. Okay, there are Marvel on my list. Don't get me wrong. I mean, come on, you guys all know I'm a Marvel guy. Even though I'm wearing a DC T-shirt, exclude that by any means. But
awesome.
It's not.
We have one too.
It's not all there, with Marvel. But let me close this one piece real quick.
Well, here's the thing, though. I don't think that if you're a DC fan, you can't be a Marvel fan also, or you can't be a DC fan if you're a Marvel fan. I think maybe you lean harder to one than the other.
Well, I think that's where it is, because comics. If you're a comic fan, you're a comic fan. Whether you're an indie fan, whether you're a DC fan, whether you're a Marvel fan, I'm still a fan of the comics.
Right.
Right now I just recently gotten a nice old, I think it was a 1986 Superman. Man, super awesome read. I love it. Plus, I like the old comics with the old looking paper. Nowadays, they're a lot more glossy. So if I can get that 1980s, 1970s comics, that paper, comic guys, you know what I'm talking about. Come on, speak up.
I think I told you that was always my thing, is that DC has better storylines than Marvel, but Marvel puts on better movies than DC. I mean, so they go hand in hand.
Yeah, and that can be, but even that can be debated as that, because Marvel does have some great storylines. Excuse me. All right, but
Deadpool is pretty awesome storyline.
Exactly. But we're gonna go to my first one, and of course, my first one is gonna go to my guy, Captain America.
Yeah.
Everyone knows Cap's my guy. I'm a huge Captain America fan. Got my big Captain right here up on the wall. But this one, I like this one, and you would think that I would go with like an old school comic looking Cap, but I like this one because it wasn't so. This was after the first Captain America movie. I can't get the movie title off my head right now, but I like this because it didn't straight up just have the outfit. It had him in his army outfit. It had the different shield, and you know, to me, it just there was something about it that I really liked. And to me, remind you when I show you my list, some of these are high priced, but some of these are not. So pricing technically doesn't really mean a lot to me, but sometimes some of the ones I really like are the higher priced ones.
Yeah, some of them in my list went through the roof, and it's kind of funny because they're going to be in my list, and they'll probably always be in my list, and I'll probably never get one because of the price of them. But that's a really solid pick. I like that one. I like that one a lot. I like the variants in the shield there more than anything.
Yeah,
he doesn't have the round shield. I mean, so I like that variance a lot. Hey, Shaneco, how are you doing, bud? It's always good to see you. I see Pop Culture said something about Baby Groot with a bomb. Have you ever seen a Baby Groot with a bomb? I have never seen a Baby Groot.
I think it was one from the Guardians of the Galaxy too, when he had the little bomb thing when they were trying to tell him to press the right button. I got to look into that one, but I can't remember right off the top of my head. JB, I did see that in your video today. That 1964 Sergeant Fury story with Captain America, it does look awesome. And one of these days, I'm going to try to get it out of your hands on that one because I would like to see that one up on my wall.
So, JB, I got the Imposter Batman the other day. I did a video on it. Really appreciate you sending that over. That's pretty awesome. Now,
mind you, there is a story behind this because I do try to get into JB's. I don't know the full story, but I do try to get into JB's videos. If you guys don't know, we're talking about Discovery Bay Comics here. JB, awesome. He runs a live show every day around noon. Great videos, or great live streams. But I just happened to pop on, and that day I happened to pop on late. And all of a sudden as soon as I said something, all of a sudden I had Eric from Two Boys and Their Pops and Elizabeth Mazak popping on and going, "Hey, you know Wayne," because they all know I do the live stream with you. They're like, "Hey, can you tell Wayne to get a hold of JB? He's got something for him." I'm like, okay, sure, no problem.
So in one hand, I'm really like grateful and happy that you sent that to me. In another hand, I'm kind of upset because now I want all the imposters. Now I want every one of them, right? Hey, look, I had seen them off at a distance before. I think the last con I was at, I want to say it was the last Chicago con I was at. I seen it, and I kind of quickly went over it and didn't like study on it too hard until I got this one in my hand, and now I'm like, now I want all of them. I want all of the imposter Batmans.
Nice. Andre, thanks for stopping by, bud. Appreciate it.
That was a two-edged sword. I mean, that was a two-edged sword, but I really appreciate it, bud. That's a strong pick. You want me to pick my first one? Because my first one,
I think I have your first one right up here real fast. Let me. Now, I will say, after watching JB's show, I don't know how he does this with the moderator and changing the slides all the time. Because good Lord, and maybe it's just because I got 3 monitors I'm playing around with here and I'm jumping back and forth. But man, it's a lot to do.
You know, I think it takes lots and lots of practice. Lots and lots of practice.
All right, so
let's see which one you got.
This is Wayne's first one. You ready?
Oh man, look at that. That is sick. So I really want this one. And that one's not even that expensive. I want to say like you can pick it up for $30 on Amazon. I mean, it's not like that's even like an out of reach pop. I mean, that's a pretty like in reach pop, and I really like that one. But you know, I'm a huge fan of Deadpool. Almost everything Deadpool I want in some shape, way, form, or fashion.
Well, and I know I've showed you a couple different ones and stuff like that, and usually anytime I find Deadpools, man, I usually hit you up and let you know if I see something new. Because I know you're that big Deadpool person, just kind of like I am with the Captain America. Unfortunately, there's way more Deadpool pops than there is Captain America.
Way more Deadpool pops than there is Captain America, and they keep right on coming out with them.
Exactly. So I'm trying to multitask here. I've actually got your. Hold on one second. So
really, so to me, that's a really strong pop ride. And I made sure that before I said it was a pop ride that I actually seen it on there, only because I think in what was it, the last Star Wars video I did, where the Tusken or I don't know, the animal Luke's riding on is not considered a pop ride. It's just a pop.
Oh yeah. Well, the Star Wars, and I saw that recently, and it actually looks really, really good. I'm halfway interested in that. But so my next one is, I guess it's still a little bit of Marvel, a little bit of Funko, and I like this one because there was a whole line that was going around with different that this one was kind of mimicking. And for my next one, it is the FREDDY Funko Stan Lee red shirt. By the way, there are two different ones. There's a red shirt and a blue one. Of course, the red shirt is the higher valued of the two, but this one's awesome because Stan Lee, I don't know if you realize that. I think when a comic book, I think it was a comic book convention. I don't know the full story, but I think it was a comic convention. He had a bunch of Funko Pops that looked just like this, opening up his shirt. But it had a bunch of, every time, I think there was like 10 different ones, had different brands on the shirt.
Right.
And he had that. So, of course, they released the Funko Freddy Stan Lee one. And I like Funko Freddy, so you can't really go wrong with him by any means. But I just thought the imitating of Stan Lee was just really cool.
All right, so here's an interesting fact. When Stan Lee was alive, they could only sell Stan Lee Pops at conventions that he was at. Mm-hmm. So if he wasn't at the convention, then they couldn't sell Stan Lee Pops. It wasn't until he passed away that you started seeing them in Walmart or in Target or anywhere else.
At that point, they started going after the film versions that he did, like the small cameos he did. Now they started doing the Stan Lee versions of those, which I think is cool because, like I said, I've got at least one Stan Lee, no, two Stan Lees, and then I've got another one on pre-order right now.
That's awesome. No, I don't. I have one Stan Lee, just one.
Just one.
Just one.
I know, and I'm gonna eventually trade you for that one because that thing is.
I have awesome. Two of just that one.
So let's get to this next one, and then we'll remind everyone about the giveaway. So this is your next one. Ready?
I'm gonna let you pull it up because I don't know what order I gave them to you in. The 1966 Batmobile. Yes, this is another one that's not totally out of reach. I want to say that this one's like $30-50 on Amazon as well. Now, I'm not going to order any of these from Amazon for the simple fact that when mine come from Amazon, they look like someone played rugby with them before they show up at my house. It's the craziest thing, and it must just be my distribution center. So don't like give me hateful comments over there because I know a lot of people have like great success with them. I have zero success with Amazon, and it is the craziest thing I've ever seen. And I think I did an unboxing with it in one of my videos where, look, I opened the box, and the only thing in this box, it was this big, was a Funko with zero wrapping, zero anything. There was just a Funko set in the box, and it was beat all to stringers. And that's just how they come to me. So I don't order stuff from Amazon. Maybe one day I'll see it in the wild at a convention or something, and I'll pick it up that way.
I've gotten lucky. I've done two Amazon, and they came by just fine. Hey, K Titus, buddy, I know you're over in Japan. It's 6:30. You guys, you're in the future ahead of us. Thank you for checking us out, brother. Appreciate it. Sayonara. But yeah, that's especially see, that's been my. I know we've talked about before. That's been my experience with like Walmart.
Right.
Walmart sends they don't put their stuff in boxes. They put themselves their stuff in those sleeves, and of course, what's going to happen to a Funko Pop that's just in those little plastic sleeves? It's going to get beat to hell.
Yeah. Yeah, Walmart's another one. I don't think Walmart understands that they're collectibles, though. And see, Walmart doesn't really care. Walmart works on numbers, and everything is about a number to them. So getting them from Walmart, unless you're there picking them up in person, I don't think I would ever order one from Walmart. Not intentionally, not on purpose. I mean, it would seriously have to be out of desperation. And I don't ever see that happening. So,
yeah.
What is next on your list?
All right, next on my list now. Let me close this out before I release all that information just yet.
Oh.
Sorry, I was looking for another image.
Hey,
But
did you want to talk about the giveaway again before we get into this?
Yeah, before I get into it, for those of you that have come in since the very beginning, we do have a giveaway today. I am giving away one of my Mr. Techbot t-shirts. I'll ship that out to you directly from Teespring, and so I'm going to give one away. And all you have to do to get entered into this giveaway is go to my most recent video. Go to the most recent Mr. Techbot video, which was the collectible swap #1 video. Put a comment on there, and within that comment, all you have to put is hashtag unleash your inner nerd. That's it. And then we'll do that giveaway towards the end of the video, and I'll get with whoever the winner is, and I will ship that out to you and go from there. But also, if any of you guys that don't win, if you guys want to get a shirt, teespring.com/stores/Mr-Techbot. There we go. Sorry, I get that little plug in.
Yeah, no, go ahead and get your plugs in. It's fine.
JB, take it easy. Have a great weekend, man.
So check this out. My new stickers came in. The video will come out Monday with my new stickers. But
oh, that was that image you showed me a while back. I like the metallic.
All right, so they are calling this a retro 90s sticker with that metallic. I'm kind of offended that they're calling it retro, but I'm okay with it.
Now, where are you getting your stickers from?
So I get mine from stickermonkey.com. Now I'm going to warn anyone here who's going to like go there to order them. It probably takes 2 months to receive your sticker. I mean, they are not in a hurry to get your sticker out. I'll bet that I announced this sticker a month and a half ago. I mean, it about the same time they started pre-ordering the Joker from the get-go. I mean, it has been a long time, and they just take that long coming out. So it's kind of crazy on that end. But they did come in. They're pretty awesome. I ordered a lot of them.
Well, are you giving them away right now?
Well, I'm going to give away the first wave, and I think everybody here knows how this works. You share this video on any one of your social media platforms. Go to Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. I don't really care. Twitter. Share this video, then go back to my Instagram and say, hey, Wayne, share the video. Go ahead and drop your address back in there because, look, a lot of times we have conversations that get 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 messages deep, and then by then your mailing address is so far lost up in there that it's hard for me to do it. So just drop your email address. Drop your mailing address back in there, and I will get it out to you.
All right. See, there we go. Sorry, guys. We still got to get our plugs in from time to time.
Speaking of
plugs. Now this next one is a lot of these items on here. I mean, as you guys know, I've told you guys in the past, especially when I get mystery boxes, you know, if it's something that reaches a sentimental value for me, something that reminds me of my childhood, reminds me of my past, I'm all for that. As you guys have seen in some of the ones I've gotten in the past. This one, what's funny was I had a chance to buy this a long time ago. This is before I got into Funko Pops. I had it in the cart, and just because I knew who it was and I loved it, and I put it back. So now I'm having a hard time finding one. But this, go to the right screen. Hello. My next one is ALBUNDY, POLK.
I have an ALBUNDY, but it's not the POLK.
Oh, I gotta have the POLK one.
Yeah, no, I have an ALBUNDY, but it's not the POLK. And let me tell you what's funny about when you were just saying that you've been to the store, you've had it in your cart. You know, I've done that time and time again. I physically had it in my hand. Could have easily checked out and walked out and went home with it. And then 2 days later, it sold out. It went up like by $80, and there was just no getting your hands on them anymore.
Well, you know what I think? If I remember back on that day, I did buy a collectible. I had that in the cart. And then I also, what I ended up finding was, in fact, my wife found it. Again, I wasn't really collecting Funko Pops at that time. That would have been my very first Funko Pop had I bought that. But I had seen a McFarlane Tom Brady figure. And I'm sorry, that just kind of took over. That just kind of took over. So unfortunately, I got that and put the ALBUNDY back, which I still kind of regret to this day. Not that because Tom Brady went to a different team. Tom Brady's still the GOAT. I don't care what you say. And we will get back to that later in our countdown. But as you can see, it's not a high valued pop by any means. Right. But to me, I want this just because for me as a kid, and I was even asking my wife when I was going through this list, what TV shows that, because we've been together over 20 years, what TV shows can you remember that I've always just kind of been drawn to and stuff like that, even movies. And that played a large part in my list here because, I mean, sometimes when you're putting together a list, you can't always remember everything up in your head.
Right. Yeah, no, it's I don't even try anymore to do that. I know that my memory won't allow me to just remember 10 different pops. I have to write them down because by the time I got to number 5, I would start naming random stuff. I mean, you honestly just have to know who you are as a person, right? Pop the Heat. I see Pop the Heat ask how the sticker thing works. So I guess I'm going to explain it again real quick. So it's real simple. You just share this video on any one of your social media platforms. Just go share it on any of them, right? And I don't even care where it is. It could be Reddit for all I care. Go share it and then go to my Instagram and say, hey, Wayne, I shared it in a message. Give me your mailing address and then I'll get this sticker out to you. Now, there's 2 variances to that sticker. There's the holographic and then there's just the green. I'm going to kind of just put them all in one stack and pull from that stack. So if you get a holographic, you do. If you get a green, you get a green. We're going to kind of play it like a chase variance. I can't say that there's an odds because I have just as many of the holographics as I do the green. So it'll 50-50 chance, I guess, is how we will work that one. I think they're both equally as cool. So, I mean, you'll just have to tell me what you think. Now,
going back to this pop, for me as a kid, I remember growing up, I don't know if you ever watched this show, but I absolutely loved Married with Children. I think I like the dysfunction part of the show. And which is funny because this show would never last today. No.
And so my mom is fairly religious. This show was not allowed to be played at our house. So when she wasn't in the living room, we would kind of sneak watch it. I actually just recently picked up a Bundy and a Peggy from someone's collection. So I have a Peggy Chase and I have a Bundy that just made it into my collection from like 2012. They're really awesome pops, and I really remember the show. It was a really funny show, but like you said, it would never make it today because it would offend way too many people. I mean, it was a show made to be offensive. I mean, it was made to be offensive, and the humor you had to either got the humor or you didn't get the humor. I mean,
it was meant to be sexist. It was meant to be raw. It was meant to just be, just everything about it. But that's why you loved it. That's why you loved the dysfunction of it.
Right. I mean, it was made to be offensive.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they did it by design. I mean, it wasn't.
You know what I mean? Come on, you guys. I mean, I know y'all watched Married with Children at some point as a kid. And in fact, Mike, we're gonna have to message. We're gonna have to talk. We're gonna have to talk later because if you got. Oh wait, actually, I even clicked the wrong one. Sorry, Mike. You got the POLK ALBUNDY. We're gonna have to talk later. Whether we sell, we trade. We're gonna have to do something. But yeah. So that is on my list. That is my next one. Now, mind you, my list. There's no particular order in my list. These are just.
There's really not one in mine either. I mean, mine could go from $10 to $1,000. I mean, I didn't put them in any real order. I just as I went through and thought of the ones that I wanted, those were the ones I wanted. And some of them aren't even really like Some of them aren't even really Pacific. I mean, I have some of them on there that at least one of them that I know of is not really even Pacific. I can't even say it. It's okay. It's okay.
Now,
I'm going to let you pull them up so I don't have to look at the list. This actually works better for me. I'm on this. Pre-PC.
All right.
Very pre-PC. Yes.
So here is Wayne's next one. He can explain it more. Come on, click.
Well, I mean, I'm a huge Star Wars fan, so I mean, this is one of them that just fits me. Now, this guy right here, they actually have in the variants, and I want to say that this is the one they just re-released into the variants, where he's on his side split open. Now, I could be completely wrong on that, but this one is one of them that's on the higher end of the pricing, so I'll probably never ever see this one, but it's on my list because I'm a huge Star Wars fan, and it's just an iconic part of the movie. I mean, so it's just the way that goes.
And that's a great movie, especially when he chops his hand off. I mean, with the lightsaber. I mean, especially that being. I mean, what that movie come out in early '80s?
Yeah, all
For
of
that
these movies came out in the early '80s.
Old school
59.
graphic was just awesome.
Well, you know what's funny is I think they even tried to stay with the old school graphics when they were making the series of movies afterwards. Some of them kind of got confused, and then they went back to the old school graphics on the last one. So those are all very iconic movies to me. It was produced by a really iconic guy. I mean, so it all of the Star Wars stuff just has a special place in my heart. And one day I'll make it down to Disney and I'll drive the Millennium Falcon and I'll just geek out for days.
Oh, dude, we'll get you down here. Don't worry about that.
Out for days.
We will cruise around and check out the Millennium Falcon and all that good stuff that comes with Disney. I mean, because Disney's only 30 minutes from my house. It takes me shorter amount of time to get to Disney than it takes you to get to Target.
Yeah, I would imagine. It probably takes everybody here a shorter amount of time to get to Disney. Look, we live like it's probably 45 minutes from like real civilization. So there's a Walmart within 20 minutes of me, but real civilization takes about 45 minutes.
I just really realized I screwed that up. I forgot that screen was still up. So I guess you get to do your next one.
So this is technically not my next one. So my next one would be more the artisan edition.
Right. Hold on, then I got that. I couldn't tell. There's two of them that's labeled the Futura ones. So I kind of just took a quick guess. But the one he is talking about, give me 2 seconds. Come on, where is it? There it is.
That's the one you're talking about? That is the one. Now, I have just recently started collecting the artisan editions, and I kind of like them. At first, I didn't know what I thought about them or how I felt about them, or even if I thought that was a real thing. I like them. I like them a lot. You know, I just recently pre-ordered the Bugs Bunny, so I got the Bugs Bunny coming in. That's an artisan edition. I have not Bugs Bunny. I want Bugs Bunny. I haven't seen him drop yet. So I just did the Jack Skeleton or from what was it, Nightmare Before Christmas? Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, that artist one. Right. They have it supposed to look like, it almost look like stars or something like that. It's really cool looking.
Just pre-ordered that one, and I'm kind of drawn toward these ones that are more on the artisan style. That's a really awesome pop. I mean, it's Mandalorian. We don't have to say a whole lot about that. Everybody's a Mandalorian fan now.
I mean, I agree with you. I as you know, I'm not the huge Star Wars fan. I like the movies, stuff like that, but I was kind of late to this whole Futura line when I started seeing everybody unbox them and stuff like that. I started seeing them. I was like, man, those are really, really cool, and didn't realize that those were Target exclusive until later on. I mean, like I said, I don't know what's happening when that line came out, but I was lost in space. But I missed the whole Futura line, so I would like to still grab some of those. There's one I think we had talked about. There's like an R2-D2 one that has like this really cool black and white off pattern that has no like, you know, straight lines or anything like that. And I think for me, that really screams me because being that I used to do AutoCAD, I mean, I'm a little bit OCD sometimes about nice straight lines and stuff like that. And this just kind of feeds the opposite of that. And for some reason, that's why I love it.
Well, see, that's the thing, though, is I didn't get in on this line either. So when this line came out, I think my Target had something funny going on. And the same thing almost happened with the black lights to where they couldn't find them. They were in the back, but they couldn't find them thing. And it almost happened with the black lights, but I think the kid kind of knew people were getting upset, and he went and found them that were all already on a cart ready to be pushed out. So, you know, I didn't get any of those either, even though I wanted to. And I guess that's why that one's on my list, because that's another one that's not like way up in value. I mean, that's.
Yeah. And Pop T even brought up a good point. It reminds me of the Collectro Hydro Dipping Pops.
It does.
I mean, I think this one especially reminds me of the Hydro Dipping because it's got that plethora of different colors and stuff like that. But it's definitely a cool looking pop.
And I've seen a Bearded Barbarian says he has one.
He has the R2-D2 also.
Yeah, I already have his address. I'm just waiting for the day that I come down there and get his collection. It just keep telling me more of what you have in the Star Wars line, Bearded Barbarian.
I think he has way more than what he shows on his channel.
I think so too. Keep telling me more of what you have.
I think he has way more than what he has. All right, so I think I'm behind by 2. So we'll do 2 of mine since I accidentally did 2 of yours.
That sounds great.
So my next one feeds to my childhood side of myself. And I saw this a long time ago, and I was like, man, I got to find that for me. Is the Lucky Leprechaun Glow PPGs for $95. I always like this because, I mean, I love me Lucky Charms when I was a kid. Plus, my Irish side, it works out.
That is a really awesome one to have on your list. I guess when I was thinking of my list, you know what I didn't add to my list? I didn't add any ad icons. How dare I? This
is the only ad icon, and there's a lot of ad icons that are out there, and a lot of really cool ones. I mean, from the, I guess another one that I would really like is the 3.5-inch Captain Crunch. Recently, I've got the Pop Pez, and I'm very close, and I haven't done it yet. And if I do it, you guys will know if I do it because it's going to be in a video. But I'm very close on buying the 10-inch Captain Crunch from Funko because I got them all on sale.
Well, that's what I was about to say. Why haven't you done it? Because it's on sale right now. I picked that one up the other day because it was on sale, and it goes with my Captain Crunch like addiction. I have the Ron English Captain Crunch. I have the Pop Captain Crunch. I have the Captain Crunch keychain. I have a whole little like setup there of just going on Captain Crunch.
And especially as detailed they made Captain Crunch, I think it was just a great mold and great look that they gave him. I mean, like I said, even this, I don't know where it went. I don't do Pop Pez. I get them, but I typically sell them. I mean, I even had I had the entire set at one point of the the Count Chocula, the Boo Berry, the Frankenberry, and the Yummy Mummy. I had the whole set of Pop Pez, and I sold them all. Sold them all as a set. And those weren't screaming at me. But when I got that Captain Crunch Pop Pez, I said, dude, I have to keep this. This thing is just awesome.
Man, I don't know how much I would sleep on that sale they have going on right now because, they don't tend to leave stuff hanging out like that very long.
I know. I might have to jump into that, but I don't know. I haven't done it yet. If you guys will know if I eventually do a video and that pops up, then you'll know I got it. But I haven't decided 100% yet.
So I picked that one up and BIG. Now I wouldn't have picked up the 10-inch BIG until it went on sale, but at $15 and the shipping wasn't. But I mean, the shipping on them was they had to lose money in shipping.
I would imagine. I know those things are big and they're a lot to ship. So I mean, maybe they're just trying to clear out stuff off the warehouse because remember those were also coming out when they were releasing those. They were releasing a ton of 10-inch figures. So maybe they're just trying to clear out space in the warehouse or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. But that's what it leads. Now, what's your next one? I didn't have any ad icons in there. I'm kind of jealous because I can think of some really good ad icons right now.
My next one, for being that the area I live in, and even before the area I lived in, I was a big, big, big Disney fan. And for me, my next one has got to be Mickey Mouse, and specifically the Steamboat Willie Mickey Mouse. Because to me, when you say Mickey Mouse, I always think of the original, the what started the entire thing, the Steamboat Willie image of Mickey. And there are 2 out there. There is one with him holding the wheel, but I like this one because it's metallic.
I think I like the one where he's holding the wheel more.
Do you?
Yeah, I think I have to say that I like that one more. But I have seen this one, and I do like that one. But that is an expensive one, if I can recall correctly. Do you have
right now? It is for $180.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I think they have one that's all chrome. Right. The whole thing is a metallic. That's even more than that one.
I think so. Yeah.
Hey, Toy Box, how are you doing, bud?
Hey, Toy Box Hunter, what's going on? I think we also got Jose. Jose's in here.
Hey, Jose.
We haven't done shout outs in a little while. Pop culture has still been here.
I'm gonna help Jose do his plug before Jose does his plug. Everybody go check out Jose's channel. We like Jose here. Go check
Jose, and we'll give it because Jose is here every single week.
Every Friday. Every Friday Jose's here. So I'm gonna do his plug for him. Go check out Jose's channel. If you're not subscribed to Jose's channel, make sure you are subscribed to his channel.
This is great. Check this out.
Was this Mickey from your childhood? I'm like, no, that's not quite from my childhood. That was probably like in my teenage years. I mean, you going somewhere? What's wrong with you? No, that one's a bit before me. But let me tell you, it's funny you say that because I used to ask my mom what it was like riding over here on the Ark. I mean, I figured she was so old that.
In Toy Box, I do know that Amazon, that is an Amazon exclusive, by the way, that I did find out on that Mickey 5-pack that they're releasing, which within that Mickey 5-pack, there is a Steamboat Willie.
Yeah, I've seen that. That 5-pack, I don't even know when it's going up for sale. I mean,
it's not up there yet.
I know.
It's on the Funko app. You can see it on the Funko app, but if you go to Amazon, and if you look on the Funko app, it just says Amazon.
Right.
So that's why I figured it's only Amazon. But you go on Amazon, they're not selling it. It's like, yeah. What happened?
But the thing is, how do you find out when they release this stuff? I mean, because they're not giving us the information anymore. I feel like they've just kind of abandoned like us as a community. They're like, all right, well, this is going to come out one day. Just be prepared for that day that it comes out. Well, what day is that day?
But that could also be part of the mystery of the whole thing, you know.
Oh yeah,
maybe that's their thing. I don't know.
We'll figure it out, and you figure it out, I guess. Yep, I've seen the pricing of it, and I think everybody's a bit of a Disney fan at heart, so I might pick this setup. I'm not 100% sure that I will or I won't. It's one of them that I'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait.
So here's your next one, which is I don't think I've actually ever seen this one, but this one is definitely cool.
Well, I think now I'm too ahead of you. No, this comes in a couple of different variances. So this one comes in an orange variant. This one comes in a gray variant. The variants on this one is either 2 or 3 different ones. You know, a lot like they do the Deadpools with all the different color variances. They have him in the different color variances, and each one of them are priced different. I think every one of them's $1,000+. So I'll probably never, ever, ever see one of these in my life because I'm just not paying that much for it. But there, you know, once again, it's Deadpool, so you've just got to kind of like Deadpool.
Well, that and on top of it is Deadpool and it's Funko Freddy.
Yeah,
both of which you just cannot go wrong with.
Can't go wrong with it, but it is, you know, it's kind of high. I mean, and I don't ever see that changing because you know they've been like that for a while.
Well, and any pop that's got Funko Freddy in it always just skyrockets, anyways.
Right. I mean, it's gonna stay high for a long time.
Exactly.
So what do you have next on your list?
Mine, where we got? I think I left that up. Oh well, you guys saw it. It is what it is. All right. So next on my list goes back to what we were talking about a little bit earlier. I have the Tom Brady throwback jersey PPGs for $75. I like this on the sole fact of, yes, being a Patriots fan, and I hope after 2 years, him doing his Buccaneers thing, I hope he still comes back to Kraft and he retires a Patriot.
I can't believe he still has hair on that pop.
Huh?
It's crazy. He still has hair on that pop.
He's got, yeah, exactly. But what I like about it is it's almost like because he just finished up the game, his hair is messed up, he's got the beard, and on top of it, it's a throwback jersey.
You're
and
right.
I know Bearded Barbarian can agree with me that although I like the jerseys, even though they have now, and I still love the Flying Elvis logo, there's the Minuteman logo that the Patriots had back in the day, to me, was hands down one of the greatest football logos ever. But I love it. I love it when they go throwback. To be honest, I really enjoy those ones.
Yeah, no, I like just about everything throwback. I think that's one of the parts of getting older is you start appreciating the stuff from your childhood a little bit more. And it's funny that you call it a throwback because I'm sure that we weren't that old when all of that was taking place.
I was a kid when they were still wearing these jerseys on a daily.
But I said
I remember in Boston, I was a kid. Well, technically, I was in Worcester, Massachusetts. That's where I grew up. And it was a huge thing, and I'm sure Bearded Barbarian can back me up on this, but it was a huge thing when they were announcing the new logo, which they ended up calling the Flying Elvis. I think it's still called that to this day. But it was a huge thing, and they had it on all the news channels. They had it on everything. It was the biggest thing going on in New England when that happened, and it was awesome. But I still like the old school myself.
Okay, so Pop the Heat said that they're doing the 50% off during the week, I guess, for the rest of the week, maybe. I mean, I don't know. I guess it just depends on how fast they sell out. I noticed that there were some of them that had already sold out. So I mean, I guess it just depends on how long it takes them to sell out. And I'm sure
Yeah,
that
I probably have to get on there and grab that one because
you're right. They're just clearing out floor space.
I'm pretty sure if I don't, I'm gonna be kicking myself in the butt.
I've already got mine on the way. It's a cool Tom Brady though. I didn't, to be totally honest with you, I didn't know that they were red because my team is Atlanta and their jerseys were red, so I didn't know. Well, their throwback jerseys are red. Now I think they're black and.
Well, yeah, I mean, well, they're red and black, and then of course New England's was they called them red and white unis, but it had the little blue strip on them.
Right. So what is another one on your list? Let's pull up another one.
We'll do another one from my list. All right. So this kind of goes into similar to your last one, but I thought it was cool, and to me, I think just the look of it was really fun. When that is the Funko FREDDY as Doctor Strange. Now this thing even surprised me. I remember seeing this a while back, but I had no idea what the PPG is, and this thing's trending at $430. But I just like how they even have the cool mustache going down. I mean, and they didn't even give it the new school Doctor Strange, Benedict Cumberbatch. This is the look of the comic book Doctor Strange, with the mustache and everything. And that's what I liked about it. They went old school with the costume on them.
Hey, no, look, I think that they've done a bunch of the like Funko Freddy's and the different stuff, and I think that's really cool. I just recently picked up the Funko Freddy as the Dumb and Dumber, where he's in the all blue tuxedo, where everything's blue. I think that those Funko Freddy's are really awesome, where it's still Freddy, but yet they basically put him in a costume. I mean, it is a good way of putting it. I mean, they basically put Freddy in a costume, which is pretty awesome.
I would agree. Now hold on, I gotta pop this up here, and I know probably what you're gonna know which comment I'm putting up here, but sorry, I gotta let it sting a little bit.
Nope.
Hey, remember just remember the key numbers 28 to 3.
All right, so here, check this out. I quit.
Now that I know you're a Falcons fan, now I'm gonna. I think I had it one time, and I gotta find it.
But here,
I bought one of those 28 to 3 shirts.
But here I'm gonna mess everything up real quick. So I quit watching NFL when they started taking a knee. Not to get political, not to get anything going over here in the comments. I don't want to hear anything about it. But I seriously quit watching once they started taking a knee and went to college ball only. So I don't know anything that's went on since they started taking a knee, 3-4 years ago. I haven't watched it that long. So it's if you'd say the team originally, I've been an Atlanta fan since I was a little bitty kid. I actually have a little bitty like shirt jersey, the coat that's like this big. I mean, it's a little tiny thing that's the original like red with the stripes on it. Super cool. But when they started like taking the knee, regardless as to how you feel about it, I felt like I needed to move on to college ball. So Georgia Tech is my college team. My wife's is Notre Dame, which makes me a Notre Dame fan as well. I mean, so that makes me a Notre Dame fan as well. And so I watch a lot more college than I do NFL.
And I think, it's funny as being a Boston fan, even though we have like Boston College and stuff like that up there, if you're from Boston, I mean, you're pros. You're always going to be pros, and that's just the way it is. But, when I came down here to Florida, I noticed that, man, they are so much more of college fans than pro fans. Well, on top of it, because I'm sorry, the 3 Florida teams that got out here suck. But that's beside
like the Florida Criminals and the Florida Gators and what you got? Florida Seminoles.
Of course you got. Well, I mean, I'm talking about pro teams, but of course you got the Dolphins, which I've hated all my life, but that's beside the point.
Yeah. So pop the heat. I'm real quickly, and then we're just going to kind of move on. I'm hoping that Chris has another one in his list. So the players started taking a knee during the national anthem. It some kind of protest that I didn't have to agree with, because that's my right as an American, is I didn't have to agree with it. So I just simply quit watching it. That was my form of protest. Now that I haven't watched it as long as I have, I don't really see any desire to. I really like Irish football though. So the Irish will keep it going for a few more years, I hope. Maybe, possibly. I don't really know. We'll see. Pop the heat. I have 2 Funko Freddy's now in my collection, and I just got them a couple of weeks ago. I don't know how many Chris has.
I personally actually anymore. I don't have any Funko Freddies. I had one that I pulled from a Funko mystery box, which was the Funko Freddy as Genie, not the metallic one. I did have that, and I had somebody give me an offer for it that I just couldn't turn down. So I sold it.
Hey, look, it happens. My two are going to stay there for a while. They're not super valuable. I don't see anybody like offering me anything for them.
I'm the type of person now that, of course, there are some that are even more that I say in my collection, especially like the that one I showed you last week, the Jack. That one's never leaving my collection. I don't care. I love that pop too much. I wasn't as attached to the Genie Freddy. So when I had somebody that just made me a collect an offer that was up there, I like I said, I had to take it.
I can't say that I blame you. Look, I'm not saying that I won't ever sell my pops. I mean, sure, there's some point I will, but at the moment I don't have to, so I'm just not going to. I seen somebody said,
Chucky Collectibles, what's going on? We got some new people here real quick. Chucky Collectibles, what's going on? We got the Killing Jack.
Anytime.
What is happening? We've got the horrible Yankee fan, Unuseful Boxing, and Tori. Although I got to say, he's probably my favorite Yankee fan of all.
You don't like the Yankees? I think the Yankees are awesome. They had this.
My entire life, I've been born and raised to hate everything about the Yankees. Being a diehard Red Sox fan.
Those pinstripe suits. You just can't beat those. You can't beat those pinstripe suits.
Forget the pinstripes. Forget Babe Ruth. Oh man,
no, I don't care about none of it.
I don't care about none of it.
All right, what's the next one on your list?
Right, so what we got next? We got yours.
That is the next one on my list. Now, this is one of them that is. I think there's only one of these that I'm trying to remember. I think me and you were looking at this one time, or me and somebody else was looking at it. But there's only one in the world. And I want to say it was this one. It's either this one or a variant to this one.
I think I think it was a variant, because this one you can still buy, but there was a different variant of it. Because I think he had a different outfit. This is the one in his yellow outfit. There was one that was only one in the world, and he was in a different color outfit.
So how much is this one right now? I can't remember if this is obtainable or not. Now this is seriously like this would probably be my top one.
Say what? Some guys Macari selling them for $75 right now.
Oh, well, that's not bad at all. Okay, so that one would probably be way up in the top of my list of like Funkos that I have to have. I mean, just because, look, I've been a huge Jimi Hendrix fan my whole life. I have the cherry red 50s throwback guitar with the mint green pick guard with the I've read his books. I mean, Jimi Hendrix to me, when it comes to guitars and it comes to musicians, he is just the most iconic person that I can think of personally to me when it comes to that stuff. Now, that might not be the same for you, or it might not be the same for the next person, but for me, Jimmy is the man when it comes to the guitar.
He is, and it's so sad that he had passed away at the age he did, because who knew what he could have accomplished. I mean, to me, in my age of where I grew up in the 90s, for me that was the same thing like Kurt Cobain. Him killing himself. I mean, who knew what this guy could have achieved if he lived to be?
Yeah, I mean, there's absolutely no telling. I mean, he was already a great. I mean, but he could have went even further than that. But he was also a very good showman. I mean, it's like this scene. This is at an actual moment. He started his tour in Europe, so he didn't actually start touring in the United States. He started touring in Europe because the thought process was if you made it in Europe, then you could make it in the United States. And that was a lot of bands and what they did. And I think they even still do that today. Well, he actually caught that guitar on fire, even though they tried to play it out like he was playing it on stage and it caught on fire. No, he caught that guitar on fire. I mean, they don't just catch on fire.
No, I don't think he's pulling enough friction to make that happen.
No, it just doesn't happen that way. But it was very cool. I mean, very, very good showman. Very good showman.
And by the way, I agree with you, Bearded Barbarian. Yankees, are they still a team? That's the question of the day right there.
I don't get into baseball. I just know those pinstripe suits and Babe Ruth. It's those pinstripe suits to me are iconic. No matter like how you feel about them, they have a very iconic uniform. Hey, you know, it is what it is. Sometimes you just got to give people props where they deserve it. Look, maybe they're a horrible team, but whoever designed their outfit knew what they were doing.
Hey, no, where'd he go? Nova Scotia Pop Hunters, welcome to the channel, man. Appreciate you. All right, so we'll go to my next one. I think we've only got a couple more each. Where's my next one? Which one? I even forgot which one my next one is. Oh yeah, this one. I just love this one. I think, to be honest with you, this one, it has the value in it is very, very low, but to me it didn't matter because this was probably one of my most favorite villains in the Marvel universe was Electro, which came out of the Spider-Man universe, which I will still say Spider-Man has the greatest villain lineup ever. And you know, to have Electro there, I think was great. And this is, I think, the only version of Electro they've ever done, which was the 80 years. So the mask was just awesome. The hands and electricity, I think it was just a great.
Can you still buy this one? Because I feel like I've seen this one.
I think so. It's only PPGing for $13, so I will probably eventually get on eBay one of these days and buy this one for myself. I just haven't gotten around to it yet. So I almost got your next one popped up. And where'd that go? And I think because this one actually feeds into one that I had earlier of yours.
Well, I kind of figured at some point we were going to have some that kind of like fed into each other, because there's a lot of situations where we have very similar taste to what we're doing. I mean, even though I lean more toward Marvel, more toward DC than you do. Now, it really doesn't matter to me what Stan Lee it is. I just want to sign Stan Lee. Now, when I mean, I want it signed. I just want to sign Stan Lee. That's the one thing that I wish that I would have gotten done before he passed away, was got to sign Stan Lee. And I didn't ever make it to do it. And the only way you're going to do it now is to pay for it.
Yeah, and that's probably one of my greatest things is I never got a chance to go to one of the cons that he was at and actually, meet him and get him to sign. I heard he was one of the nicest guys in the world to meet.
His backstory is very humbling. I mean,
the guy's the ultimate legend.
Yeah, I mean, he was in the military, come out of the military, was working as an ink filler for Marvel. He was filling their ink and then moved up into the ranks of where he, finally passed away. I mean, so he's a legend all in his own.
Real quick, yes, I do agree with you. They did do a movie version. This goes back to my last one. They did do a movie version of Electro. And to be honest with you, the movie version, I would like to forget that movie version. It was horrible. It was played by Jamie Foxx. I don't downplay Jamie Foxx. I think Jamie Foxx is a good actor. I just didn't like him for that part. And they completely changed the look of him. I mean, half the greatest part of Electro was his outfit. And you completely took that away.
Hey, so what is it? Yes, Lou. Yes, yes, I Lou. Yes, I Lou.
I don't know if I've ever been saying it right, but that's how I say it.
Yes, I Lou comics. I'm kind of confused. Please elaborate. So you got him to sign your tattoo of him?
Here, I'll put this up here. I got Stan Lee to sign my tattoo of him. Oh, so he has so my interpretation of that is he has a tattoo of Stan. He got him to sign it, and then did you get the signature tattooed onto you?
That's kind of
a lot of people do that.
That's kind of where I was going with that. I was thinking, all right, so he signed your tattoo, but then how did you save it? Did you take I guess taking a picture would be the only way you would save it, but
I have seen people do that where they get something signed on their skin, and then basically that same day that they got it signed, they went and got it tattooed. So it's the same exact signature and line.
I didn't know that was a thing.
And here we go. We've both been saying it wrong. It's Jesse Lou.
Jesse Lou. I'm glad you corrected me. I really am. Because I would have continued to say it wrong again and again and again. I see that, I was looking at Unuseful over there, said that they have a signed Marvel Legends. That's pretty awesome. I would hold on to that one. I mean, because it can only go up in value now that there's no more Stan Lee signatures out there. I mean, it can't go down in value at this point.
So yes, we were correct. He was friend's a tattoo artist. So he had his tattoo of Stan Lee's sign, and then went and got the signature tattooed on. That's awesome.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's pretty awesome. Yeah. So what is on your next year?
All right, I think I got two more. I think let me make sure I'm on your list of the same thing. Where to go?
Yeah, I think I only have two more, maybe three. So I see two more.
Yeah, about two more. All right, so this is my next one. This goes to my 80s. I love everything. My wife had reminded me when I was doing this list, the different things that I do. And to me, there's all about the 80s. And I have a weird fascination. She says I sit there and I can watch 80s movies all day long. Now, John Bender, PBGs for $55, one of the greatest images at the end of that movie of all time of The Breakfast Club, of him walking out the football field with his hand up in the air. And I think that's why because I love 80s movies so much, I think that's why I like Ready Player One so much, because there was so much 80s pop culture in that movie that it sung to me.
All right, so I'm not a huge 80s fan at all.
No?
I mean, I'm a huge 90s fan, but the 80s, like the big hair and the disco era and all of that, I kind of lost all of that. that wasn't it for me.
And Pop T, yes, I was born in the 80s. I consider myself more of a 90s kid because that's really where I was, coming to my own as a person. But because I think it's so close, and in fact, there's even one she's like, my wife going, what's that movie you watch? You bought it on iTunes. You watch it all the time. And it was it's one of my favorite like kung fu style movies. And I don't know if any of you guys in the stream remember this movie, comment, let me know. It's The Last Dragon. Come on, Wayne. Do you know The Last Dragon?
Hey,
it was a Barry Gordy film.
Did it have Bruce Lee in it? Because it sounds
Bruce Leroy.
Did it have Bruce Lee in it though?
It showed a video of him doing something, but Bruce Lee was not actually in this. This was a big one where it was based in Harlem in the 80s, and you got all the break dancers and stuff like that, and when the villains would always call him Bruce Leroy, which is Shogun. And man, I just everything about that movie I love.
I vaguely remember it. I'm trying to like put my finger on it. I vaguely remember it. Like I said,
yeah,
most of the stuff from the 80s, there's a lot of good movies that come out of the 80s, but to me it was a strange decade. I seen Bearded Barbarian over there said the best ever. It was a strange one to me, but I'm with you. I was just like finding myself into the 90s. I mean, I was just becoming my own person in the 90s, so that's why I like lean into the 90s so hard.
But see, like things like The Breakfast Club, Weird Science. I'll even go Pretty in Pink. I don't know, for some reason, old 80s movies, and I think that's why Back to the Future is also screams to me too, because that's right in there too. Something about old 80s movies I absolutely love, and I can watch it. And also, Jesse Lou, one of the greatest lines too is "Kiss my Converse." Kiss my Converse.
All right, I'm gonna go look this movie up now and see if I can get into it. If I can get into this.
The Last Dragon, and mind you, it's got a lot of old school 80s music in there. There are some cheesiness to it, but it and plus the graphics at the end, it is typical 80s graphics. 100%. And but it's absolutely I love that. It's one of my favorite movies of all time.
So have you ever tried have you ever thought about imitating the old 80s graphics on purpose? I've actually thought about trying to do it on purpose.
I've thought about it, and it can't be that hard, to be honest with you.
I don't know. I've looked at a few channels that like take their camera and then convert them over so that it does like the old 80s style shutter film, not shutter film, but it gives it that look. There's a very distinct look to the frame rate in the 80s stuff, and I think it's something like 13 frames a second. There's a lot of like trickery you have to do to make that work, and at some point maybe I'll try and like play with it a little bit more.
Yeah, exactly. I wouldn't mind checking that out a little bit, but yeah, I mean, I even whenever I think of that too, I think of the I don't. And again, it's another '80s movie, but it was the cheesiest thing I've ever seen in the world, and it's and some of you guys may remember this movie, but Strange Brew. It doesn't ring a bell at all. Strange Brew. It was actually is where Rick. You remember Rick Moranis is, right? Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Yes, I got you.
Okay. Rick Moranis, and I can't remember the other guy's name that's in Strange Brew, but this is where they started. They started Doug and Bob McKenzie and beer drinkers and all kinds of stuff. They have albums of Doug and Bob McKenzie. It's hilarious. But Strange Brew, weird movie, has the cheesiest 80s graphics I've ever seen in my life. But it's in the best way possible. All right, I almost got your next one lined up, and then we'll do one more of each, and I think we'll be about ready for a giveaway. And again, guys, you guys got probably about another 15 minutes. If you want to get into the giveaway for the Mr. Techbot shirt, all you have to do is go to my latest video of the collectible swap #1, make a comment, and within that comment, put hashtag unleash your inner nerd, and that'll get you entered into that giveaway. All right, this one I think is really, really cool. This one looks cool.
All of the imposters, awesome. And so I put this one on the list, but I'm going to be totally honest. Like I said earlier, I want every one of them. I mean, so I think that the Scarecrow imposter is pretty awesome. This imposter is pretty awesome. The one that I got from JB, which is the Poison Ivy imposter, is really awesome. I've seen the Riddler imposter. So they have like it's 7 or 8 of them that are all like just imposters that are basically the villains that they've turned into Batman. I like them. I'm actively looking for every one of them.
And they're definitely pretty cool. I never heard about them until recently, and I find them rather interesting because they're very creative at the same point.
Yes, they're very creative. My wife's telling me I'm old. That's okay. You married this old person. Ha. Ha. Love you. Don't beat me up.
You're going to get beat up later. All right. So let's go with one more of mine. Close that down. And where is it? And this brings into, I was debating on this last one, and my wife actually helped me with this one because she, I was trying to remember something from my childhood, something that, I mean, almost, to be honest, I didn't even know they had these pops until she brought it up, and I was like, oh, that's awesome. I need to add this to my list because it's great. And this goes back to, we talked about my 80s side, how I love my 80s movies. This goes into my 90s side of growing up, and this is another movie that I can watch 100 times over and just enjoy it over and over again. And I say one of the lines all the time is, "You're killing me, Smalls."
Oh man, it's so. They had the T-shirts of these guys at the Sandbox, right?
Sandlot.
Sandlot. So they had the T-shirts of these guys at GameStop probably about 8 months ago, and so they started collecting the cardboards that came with them, and they were giving them to me as I came in.
Oh yeah.
Legends never does. So, but no, that's a really cool pop. I didn't know they made those either.
They only have a few of them. They have Scotty Smalls. They got Ham. Of course, they got Benny, and they have Squints, the one with the glasses. And in fact, what I didn't even know is they actually have the Beast, which is the dog, as a chase. And that was actually the most valued one out of the entire Sandlot line.
I'm gonna have to go look these up now. So I didn't even know those existed. It's funny how that happens. How you find out there's like 50 different lines out there that you didn't even know were
we're there.
You didn't even know they were there. You just somehow like stumbled across them. I like that one.
I thought this was cool, and I went with Scotty on this. I mean, I would take any one of those Sandlot pops by any means, but I picked Scotty because I like how the pop. They put that really ugly hat on him on the top where he, in the beginning of the movie when we first went to the ball field, he had that really long brimmed fish hat. And Benny had told him after the first day he was with them, throw that thing in the fireplace. I like that they had that in here, and also with him holding his glove out. You know, so if you remember in the movie, Benny just told him, hold your glove out, I'll put it there.
Right.
And of course, when you talk about Scotty Smalls, they didn't have the actual person that said it, but you got the world famous line, and you can ask my wife. I use this line still to this day. Is "You're killing me, Smalls." I love that line. You're killing me, Smalls.
That's a really good one, though. That is a really good one. That is.
Oh yeah, that's right. There is, and they also did have this. Zach and Jesse Lou had pointed out there is a Squints and Wendy Peppercorn 2-pack Target exclusive.
That's pretty awesome too.
And the Wendy Peppercorn is in the lifeguard outfit.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. So I had an honorable mention. Am I saying that right? If I'm not saying it right, it's okay. So the Dark Knight armored Batman, I really like that one too. I mean, that's a really awesome Batman. I didn't even know that one existed until today.
Now I have your last one up here real quick. Let me just post it up. And so, I'm hoping I got the right one because there's 2 forums of this.
So Pop I got the Poison Ivy imposter.
But I would say regardless, this one I didn't even know this was out, and this is just funny, and I think it's great. Let me post this up here real quick.
That thing's awesome. I had that one on my list too.
That was what. See, there's also him holding a rubber chicken, which I think I gave one of those away. I gave a Deadpool holding a rubber chicken in a couple months back after I did that Comic-Con. But when I saw this, it's like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah, no, so that's a really cool one, and I don't think that one's been out that long ago, and I think that you can still pick this one up fairly cheap. This one goes to the one where he's riding the unicorn. I think that the one with the unicorn just came out not that long ago also. I mean, so I think this one just came out not too long ago. But the problem with a lot of your Deadpool stuff is if you don't pick it up when you see it, you're not going to get it. I mean, people love Deadpool. I mean, it's just the way it is.
Yeah, they do go very fast.
I mean, you find Captain America stuff all day, but Deadpool, you're never going
to. Well, you still don't. You definitely don't find Captain America all day.
Playing. But Deadpool, no, just playing. So, guys, but before we gets into the giveaway, I wanted to say thank y'all for hitting that 1,000 subscriber giveaway. It's been a long road. I mean, we hit it at the beginning of this week. I'm not going to announce when we're doing a giveaway. Me, Chris, and probably some other channels are all going to go live together, and we'll do a giveaway that way. And so I'm not going to announce it yet until I'm fully ready to announce it, until everything's worked out, until I have some pops that I'm kind of painting to make custom pops. I think everyone here has already seen the Hello Kitty, so I got that one out there. I've got another Hello Kitty that I'm going to do. I'm going to do her slightly different, and she's a different Hello Kitty. And then I've got some of them that y'all will just have to see. But I think that we're going to be happy with them. I like them. I mean, to be honest, I'm probably going to paint some just for me now to keep, because I guess I didn't realize that I could sit down with my airbrush and do as much on there as I can. I mean, because I can change everything on a pop with my airbrush, which is, I guess I knew I could do it. I guess I just never really sat down and did it. But let me say thank you. I really appreciate it before Chris gets into that. Now we just got to get, Chris pushed that way. So y'all all go to his channel and subscribe real quick. Make sure we're pushing his numbers as well.
Well, we'll give you guys about 5 more minutes. We're getting close on our normal hour and a half. We always seem to end around an hour and a half. It just kind of gets to that point. But we'll give you guys about 5 more minutes if you guys want to get into this Mr. Techbot t-shirt. In fact, here, let me go grab mine real fast.
Does it matter how many times I put the hashtag on there? So if I put the hashtag on there a lot of times, does that give me better odds of winning? Did he leave me? I think he left me. Hey guys, real quick, if you're not subscribed to his channel, run over there and subscribe real quick. Go check him out. It's a great channel. Look, just about everybody on here has a channel, and it's a great community. So just go subscribe to everybody's channel and just be done with it. Those are really awesome. Hey, so
these are the shirts, and I've had this for a little while, and it's the basic shirt. But even I'm so impressed with Teespring because the icon, the logo on the front, this thing has not cracked. It's I mean, to me, it's really good quality. And even on the back here, you've got, So
what if I do?
I'll be sending somebody.
So what if I do 50 hashtags? What if I put 50 hashtags? Does it give me 50 chances to win?
Nope, it filters out. This thing filters out duplicates.
Oh, that's crazy. So what if I use 50 different channels?
Well, yeah, if you have 50 different channels, sure. If you got that much time within 5 minutes to go ahead and put that together.
Oh, Wayne's wife said, "Pick me."
Now, technically, Wayne's wife could go on there and count for that.
Technically, she could count. Yeah, that's right. Go ahead and win it, babe. Check out the Red Guard.
So that's a Red Guardian at Johnny 5 Alive. They're new, and I just got my first box and was pleased. I guess it's also Navo Toys. So these must be different toy groups that he's gotten stuff from. He gets a lot of single mystery box stuff a lot. Pop and Sons jumped on towards the end, but hey, again, if you still want to get into that Mr. Techbot t-shirt, this won't be the last one I do. In fact, the next time, trust me, I will give you guys a lot more notice. I decided last minute I was going to do this. So, and then also if you guys do win it, and even if you guys decide you guys do want to buy your own Mr. Techbot shirts, mind you, these I dropped the prices down on these pretty low just so people can grab them. But if you do them and you take a picture and send it to me, I will give you a shout out in one of my videos with you with the shirt on. So definitely, hit me up, let me know. That way we can get you with a shout out on there.
Go back to Unuseful's comment. So is he talking about a mystery box? I guess I'm kind of.
I think he's talking about. I think he's talking about mystery boxes.
Unusual. Are you talking about a mystery box? How about help us out a little bit?
Tori, explain that one a little bit more.
Yeah, when he says Red Guard, the first thing that comes to my mind, because I'm a Star Wars fan, is Star Wars. So when you say Red Guard, I mean I've got some Funko Red Guards that are pretty awesome.
Well, you got two things there, because for me, I think Red Guardian, and I think Red Guardian from Marvel.
Well, that's why I wanted to know, because when I think of it, I think Red Guard, Star Wars. You think Red Guard Marvel. I mean, so it could be all kinds of different directions.
Hashtag done.
Hashtag what? Hashtag done, Mo. Well, so she had some.
So he's talking about mystery boxes. It says five Johnny wanted to know about good boxes. I guess somebody on here said something about boxes.
Yeah, so I don't really do a whole lot of mystery boxes, as y'all can tell from the channel. Chris does, though. I mean, so if I ever wanted to know something about a mystery box, I would ask him. Have you ever had any of the 5 Johnnies? Johnny Fives, 5. Sounds like a movie almost.
Johnny 5 is a guy that's in the channel.
Yeah, but
you want to know what is the best mystery boxes for Pops?
Isn't that from a movie, The Robot Johnny 5?
Yeah. Isn't that Johnny Quest?
No, I thought it was a movie. Where the movie where he looks like Waldo. Not Waldo. He looks like Wally. Wally. I think they made Wally after him. Johnny 5. That's an old 80s.
Oh, movie. That was Short Circuit. That
Short
was before.
Circuit, not
Wally. Yeah, that was Short Circuit. Johnny 5.
Yeah.
A superhero robot. Come on, that thing was that. Hey, another 80s movie.
Yeah, that's a great movie though. That movie's iconic. Look, Bearded Barbarian knew what I was talking about.
Exactly. Now, John, you can get Mr. I mean, Tori's right. You can give stuff on there. You can if you get in with a lot of the community. A lot of people within the Funko community do mystery boxes. They sell mystery boxes all the time. And the nice part about the Instagram ones is they usually guarantee the value of whatever you paid. You're usually going to get, unless you do what they call like a hit or miss mystery box, which you may, let's say if they sell 20 boxes, you're going to have 5 that are really, really big hits, and then all the other ones are probably standard commons. But the 5 that are really, really big hits, you'd be willing to take enough of a risk at getting the mystery box. Then that's why it's called hit and miss. But as far as if you want other mystery boxes, Beer Barbarian is right. You can go to where'd that comment go that I just had?
Your mother was a snowblower.
Yeah, I remember that.
That's a good movie.
That's a great. And now I'm gonna have to go watch that now as soon as I get out here.
Well, I just seen it not too long ago. That's what I'm Johnny 5.
Hold on, just because it popped in my head, and also because he is a Marvel character, and actually I'm going to start trying to find some comic books of him. Talk about 80 movies. Howard the Duck.
Howard the Duck. Howard the Duck.
Don't tell me you've never seen Howard the Duck.
I'm sure I have. I just don't remember it right now.
Howard the Duck was awesome, and what's funny was Howard the Duck has a big symbolism with me and my wife, because our very first, it wasn't even like a formal date. But we ended up going over to my buddy's house. It was a long day type thing. Make long story short, we ended up over at my buddy's house. His parents were at their cabin, and we bought Chinese food and watched Howard the Duck. And from that point on, I figured if this girl's going to sit here and watch Howard the Duck, she's worth keeping around.
I'm with you.
So
his name is Johnny Five Alive.
Just the name alone, right there, has. I mean, it's all about that.
It screams it. Short circuit.
But as far as going back to Mr. Pops, you got all kinds of Mr. Pops that you can go. Beard Barbarians at Poptopia, Smile World. You can do Pop in the Box, Insane Toy Shop, Chalice Collectibles. I've done stuff from a lot of the different. Just if anything, just check out. I've done a lot of different mystery box companies. There's still a lot out there that they do even bigger mystery boxes. So definitely hit up the Funko community on IG, or check out some videos, because everybody kind of does all kinds of mystery boxes. I mean, within the Funko community, you got the people that do mystery boxes, you people that go out do just show what they get. There's all kinds of stuff.
I just make it up as I go. I don't even know what I do anymore.
It's whatever works, man.
I just make it up as I go along.
Here's actually a real good question before we do this giveaway. What was your first Funko?
I think it was Crack Shot. I'm pretty sure it was Crack Shot. What was your first Funko?
My very first one was Jack Torrance Common.
Yeah. I think I know that because you just pulled the chase not too long ago, right?
Yeah, and I pulled the chase, and I thought that was the greatest thing, and that's why I'm not even. The common's not worth a whole lot, but I'm not letting it go just because now I've got the chase, I've got the set, and I'm leaving it there. But yeah, that was my very, very first pop that I called my own.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure mine was Crack Shot. I also have Crack Shot out of the box looking at me.
Crack Shot's a good pop, though. I like that one.
Crack Shot's a really awesome pop, but also like Nutcrackers. So I could have a whole house full of Nutcrackers. I could be the crazy Nutcracker channel. That's probably.
I would figure one of your first ones would have been a troll.
No, I'm going to be a crazy Nutcracker channel. Hey guys, I'm going to change my channel to Nutcrackers. We're going to do and talk everything Nutcrackers from here on out. It's going to be pretty awesome, y'all. All make sure you tune in Monday.
All right. Well, we only got 8 people entered into this, but that's all right. We will do another one on these shirts, and I think I'm going to start doing these a little bit more common. But we're going to go with this now, and you do have to be here to win. So hopefully y'all are here who's in this giveaway. So let's see who we get.
So these pages that, and the people that developed this software, it's kind of interesting, and it's hard to believe that they're not making something from it. Who did you get there? I don't have my screen that big.
Bearded Barbarian is the grand winner of the Mr. Techbot t-shirt.
Oh, man, he probably had one of those cheat bots going on. I'd be careful with Bearded Barbarian. He probably had one of those what do they call them? What was that kid telling us that one day? Giveaway bots or
the giveaway bots, yeah, that just throw names in there.
Bearded Barbarian probably had a giveaway bot. He probably hacked into it.
So Bearded Barbarian, and I know he is here. You are the winner.
He's definitely here.
Send me a message on Instagram with your address and your shirt size, and I'm going to be sending that directly from Teespring. So again, guys, if you guys are interested, let me show this to you one more time. I'll be doing more giveaways, but if you guys are interested in the Techbot t-shirt, where'd that camera go? It's right, and I am working on another design. Right now, it's just the one design up there, bunch of different shirt styles. But if you are interested, just go up there. The prices are as cheap as I can pretty much make them. And, check them out. Get yourself a shirt. If you buy yourself a shirt, take a picture of it with you wearing it, and I'll give you a shout-out on one of the videos.
Well, that is pretty awesome. I'm sad that I didn't win, but hey, at least the Bearded Barbarian won. He says he doesn't ever win anything. Look, you won something. We're all happy for you.
I never win anything either. And then I actually just won a box recently. In fact, I think that box unboxing is coming out next week. I wasn't even luckily I didn't have to be there to win, because all of a sudden I got a message one day from Mikey Vintage that I won a box of his. I was like, sweet.
Well, I mean, that works, right?
Exactly. But that's all we got for today, guys.
Of it for the day.
Hopefully y'all liked the show. Hopefully we entertained y'all enough, and we go from there. And you know what? I actually just realized I put our thumbnail on the back, and it perfectly fits right underneath our names.
Yeah, I've seen that. That was pretty awesome. I thought you did that on purpose. I was looking at this, wondering how you did this. So you could just, I guess you can tell all of us. I kind of know how you did it, but how did you get that? How did you get that color splash going through there? I mean, I know that you put two.
It's just an image I found off of, because there's loads of free images you can find online that has no copyright codes or things, and I just happened to find this one, and it spoke to me, because if a lot of you guys don't know, in the past, this is actually the first thumbnail, or maybe the second thumbnail that I actually made. Wayne's made a lot of the other ones, and I'm taking school for graphic design certificate right now, so I'm finishing up my Photoshop. So I've been learning a bunch of different stuff, and when I sent him this yesterday, I said, dude, what do you think about this?
I really like that one. That was really, really clever. I mean, it's great. I like that. It's got all the colors. It pops. It's loud. It's awesome. Guys, don't forget to subscribe to our channels. Turn on those notification bells, whatever you do. That way you get notified when we make new videos. If you're not subscribed to Techbot, go subscribe to Techbot. If you're not subscribed to me, make sure you're subscribed to me. Even though we already know everybody here is, right? Because we know just about all of y'all by first name basis.
And Pop Teep, we do StreamYard. A lot of YouTubers use StreamYard, or I know some people use OPS, but StreamYard's just easy. It makes it nice and easy to be able to do, and it goes right up to YouTube afterwards. So again, like I said, smash that like button, guys, for whether you come up on Wayne's side or whether you come up on my side. I see all. What's funny is we figured this out. Was it last week? That you don't see everybody's comments. I see everybody's comments because I'm the host. And so I see both channels comment, so I see everything. But don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe to both channels, and turn on those post notification bells. Wayne, I want to say personally, congratulations on getting to 1,000 subscribers. And we're going to have some fun when that comes in, especially I think right after yours. I think I'm only like a little over 40 away from 500. And I've got some ideas I'm circling around this weekend for a really cool 500 giveaway.
Yeah, we'll make sure you get with me on that so we can get that put together too. I mean, it's very humbling to be where we're at, right? And I thank you for the.
I think at this point too, we're even gonna have to get Bearded Barbarian in on this. Maybe my 500.
Not doing that. He's a Patriots fan. Don't do that. It's horrible idea.
we're gonna have to team up on the Falcons fan. Come on, man.
All right, guys.
All right, guys. Well, y'all have fun. Y'all stay safe and enjoy yourself. Enjoy your weekend,
guys. Until next time, y'all have a good one.